We're talking about Premier League managers under pressure. None more so, maybe, than Brendan Rodgers, whose Leicester side sit rock bottom of the table heading into this international break. Mark has called 03717 223344. Mark, is it time now for a change at the top at Leicester?
I think it is. I mean, he's had a very good 3 years at Leicester, which I think he even says is his longest spell at any club. But I think the writing's on the wall, and you can just tell even from his body language. He looks a beaten man, unfortunately, and it's a shame because he's played some great football. And the worry amongst Leicester fans, and a lot of my friends have said this to me, is who are we going to get in to replace him that's as good as him? Because the people linked with respect to Thomas Frank and Sean Dyche, they're not attractive names. Brendan Rodgers was an attractive name for Leicester. But at the end of the day, we don't want to be in the Championship next year. So, at the moment, I'd take Martin O'Neill back. Things are that bad. But yeah, he's got to go. And he knows it. And I think there's a poll on one of the forums at Leicester, and it said that 82% of fans want him out. And that was actually before yesterday's game. So,
Mark, are you seeing anything on the pitch, Mark, to make you think that the team can turn this around? Brendan Rodgers is the man to turn it around, or is it absolutely no chance? If he stays, you're down? Well,
yeah, because he's castigated some players like Vestergaard and Soyuncu. So within the squad, there's actually players, and there's Everson, the goalie, that would do a better job than Danny Ward. There's players in the squad that, could turn it around, but he's too stubborn to use them, I think. That's what a lot of the fan base think. They definitely could stay. Maddison's brilliant. I mean, he's actually too good for Leicester. It pains me to say it, but he's brilliant. How he's not in the England squad can only be down to Leicester's poor form. But yeah, him, Daka's played well. Vardy, you don't become a bad player overnight. So there's some talent there, some good players. And, Rodgers has moaned, about players leaving. But actually, we lost Schmeichel, we lost Fofana. We didn't lose any other first-teamers. We had Jakupovic, the reserve keeper, leave. But other than Fofana, and he was injured for most of last season, it's actually really only Kasper that's left. So Rodgers needs to stop complaining and actually use the squad he's got. And I think Leicester can stay up. But yeah, I don't think it will be Rodgers. We sacked Ranieri, who lost 5 games in a row, and he'd won us the league. So I think Rodgers, he's got no chance of keeping the. And also the next game, by the way, chaps, is Nottingham Forest at home on the Monday after the international break.
It's a bit of a derby, isn't it? Derby of the doomed in this instance.
Yeah, we've not had a Premier League derby with Nottingham Forest for 23 years. You can't afford to lose that. But yeah, I honestly think it will be a new manager in charge on that night.
Mark, cheers for your call. 03717 223344 is the number. He's got a good point there, because I think Danny Ward, for me, looks like a goalkeeper who is floundering, and I think would probably benefit from being taken out of the firing line. We've spoken about Ndidi playing out of position at centre-back. They've got Yannick Vestergaard there. Listen, he's not a great player, but he is an actual centre-back. Same for Soyuncu. So Brendan Rodgers is making some strange selection calls, and when a team isn't winning and he keeps picking the same players out of position, that is only going to create more problems, isn't it?
It is, but we don't know what's going on the training pitch.
That's the thing. That's the first thing that I always say. Yeah,
they come out of the team, they could be kicking a stink in training and making things a lot worse. And, you are stubborn as a manager. That's why you're a manager. You have that stubborn about you. So perhaps he could say, right, look, we're struggling with results. It doesn't matter the attitudes, but attitudes are everything in football and in the team, and players will respect you more. James Maddison said it. They respect the manager because he's doing all the right things, bringing in the right people. It's just not working yet. So look, I'm speculating. I don't know what these players' attitudes are like, but that's the thing. We don't actually know what's going on behind the scenes.
But then also the fact of the character of Kasper Schmeichel is massive, and some people have to realise when you take a integral part of the everyday it's massive.
Yep.
You know, character, just knowing somebody's there, it's such a security blanket. And when that's gone, there is something missing. So, you know what he's saying about, listen, I, again, don't know why he left. Could they have replaced him, whatever? But I'm just saying, it's a knock-on effect. We spoke on it with Noble.
Yep.
Like, it's when a character like that leaves, there's a hole.
Agreed.
And it just takes time to be able to find a new way, and that's just what happens. It takes time.
You make that up on the spot as well. Derby of the Doomed.
did.
If he didn't feel bad enough, you had
Bruv,
to throw that in.
You,
Derby
when you
of
don't
the
like
Doomed.
something, you don't. Gee.